I think we both know there's a bit more to it than that.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most terrifying fictional cults and cult-like movements ever depicted on TV. While Charles Manson's chillingly real cult depicted in Helter Skelter isn't featured, it serves as a true example of how disturbing cults can be.
It's not nice to snitch, Shorty.
Number 10. Myerism Cult, The Path.
Hey, Eddie. Oh, hey. How you feeling?
Hulu's The Path may be far from perfect, but it is downright addictive. It focuses on the unsettling Myerist movement. They try to sell it as an idyllic, wellness-focused society, but it's seriously messed up. Jessica Goldberg's 2016 drama follows Eddie Lane, a man feeling disconnected from his faith. The scary part is how normal this secret society seems at first glance.
I don't even know what the hell I'm doing here. You know, I was high as a kite, so what I saw, or what I think I saw, was it real?
But as the show progresses, you uncover the rotten core behind its shiny facade, and see how members turn toxic in their quest for spirituality. The leaders are basically damaged control freaks, using religion to trap others in their twisted world. And the fear of being ostracized keeps members stuck. Remember their bizarre rituals? They really crank up this movement's creep factor.
Would you let me lead you up out of the world of shadows? Will you?
Number 9. Earth Trisolaris Organization, Three-Body Problem.
You contacted another planet. Is this the act of a timid species?
Not a species, no, my lord. A woman.
When you've got a group of humans teaming up with aliens to invade humanity, things can't get much more disturbing than that. That's exactly the goal of the bizarre group created by Yi Wen-ji and Mike Evans. Netflix's mind-bending sci-fi series, based on Liu Cixin's award-winning novel, is a chilling reminder of how far someone can go when they lose faith in humanity.
Are there other fearless humans?
Well, they show up from time to time, and we often look up to them as inspirations for others to follow.
After the horrors she faced in China, it's quite understandable why a young Yi Wen-ji became nihilistic. But believing alien invasion was the only solution to humanity's problems? That's truly out of this world. And she isn't alone. There's a whole crew of underground delusion zealots willing to go any length for their cause. We're talking about committing murders, targeting scientists, and sabotaging Earth's defenses.
等待一个回应的时间可能是以年为单位，但是如果成功了，中国将成为星际通讯技术上的先驱。
Number 8. The Tuttle Cult, True Detective.
Former deacon of yours, Austin Farrar.
That was very, very unfortunate.
HBO's critically acclaimed detective series has unearthed some spine-chilling discoveries, but the Unnamed cult arguably takes the prize as the darkest of them all. Season 1 is hands down one of the best shows to ever hit television, thanks to its gripping murder mystery centered around a sinister cult. The Tuttles and their fellow cult members are a powerful family with deep connections that manages to perpetrate their evil unnoticed for decades.
Notice he never reported the Baton Rouge break-in, just the Shreveport house. Found those in the safe there. Paper stocks over 15 years old.
These seemingly upstanding individuals, like Reverend Tuttle, use religion to mask their malevolence, worshipping figures like Carcosa and the Yellow King, which further lead to the abuse and death of countless victims by ritualistic sacrifice. But thanks to the relentless investigations of Marty and Rust, the atrocities of this generational cult are finally brought to light. Who can forget that eerie videotape and Carcosa labyrinth? Like the detectives, we still can't shake off the horrors.
No! Yeah! Jesus!
Number 7. Fear is Truth, American Horror Story, Cult.
It is with a heavy heart I report that Channel 7's own Bob Thompson is the latest victim in the string of unsolved murders that have rocked our community in recent weeks.
Sometimes horror isn't about the supernatural. Sometimes it's a chilling reflection of the present day. And that's what makes Kai's cult and AHS Cult so unsettling. The 7th season of Ryan Murphy's horror anthology might have been a bit polarizing and a bit over the top, but it struck a chord with many viewers. Evan Peters absolutely nailed the role as Kai Anderson, embodying pure derangement.
We can't close our eyes to the problem. We need to be strong and vigilant and ruthless!
Kai started off as an internet troll before becoming something even worse, a small-time political cult leader hell-bent on unleashing chaos. This unhinged puppet master manipulates his followers' deepest fears to turn them into his personal attack squad. They spread terror through brutal murders and attacks. The creepiest part of the FIT cult? Clowns. Kai's use of clowns took creepy to a whole new level.
What do you want? I have money.
That's not going to help you now.
Number 6. Vault 4, Fallout.
Stay out of level 12. Obviously, we'd prefer you not go there.
Fallout has always been this weird, gritty trip into a screwed-up future, but has it taken a darker turn with a cult located in what seems to be the most civilized vault? Amazon Prime's series is one phenomenal video game adaptation that follows Lucy's adventures through an unforgiving wasteland to find her father. She ends up in Vault 4, seemingly a safe haven compared to the others, but the folks here are definitely not like the others.
Your ignorance cannot excuse your cruelty. You have infected our home with violence, and now you must pay the price.
Turns out they worship the 200-plus-year-old Moldaver, believing she will bring them salvation. Their religious rituals in the Flame Mother's honor and appearance make them seem even more bizarre. Sure, they may not be harming anyone that we know of, but these mutated dwellers are still unsettling. We certainly can't blame Lucy for freaking out.
Your entire culture is insane!
I'm sure if we came to your home, we would say the same thing.
Number 5. The followers, the following.
In the meantime, I hope that you will give me a chance to prove that I am not a horrible man.
Kevin Williamson's The Following may be disturbingly dark, but it's also undeniably gripping. It's one show that sticks with you thanks to its in-depth look into a terrifying cult of serial killers. At its core is Ryan Hardy, who's determined to recapture serial killer Joe Carroll.
You sure they're all ready for this?
Are you kidding? We've all been waiting for exactly this.
This creepy English lecturer is as obsessed with the works of Edgar Allan Poe as he is with brutally killing his victims. But it gets even more unhinged. After being sent to prison, the notorious serial killer manages to build a whole cult of psychopaths both inside and outside the prison walls. With his manipulative charms and resources, the followers become his loyal pawn. They're willing to go to any lengths, including sacrificing their lives, to prove their devotion to him.
The reason I wanted to know you, to be a part of this, is I wanted my life to mean something.
Number 4. The Church of Goram, Marvel's Runaways.
A barrier. What kind of charity meeting is this?
Fleeing from one's parents after discovering their dark cult practices is definitely not your typical teenage escapade. But that's the wild situation our young heroes find themselves in Hulu's Marvel's Runaways. Based on Marvel comics of the same name, this show has been a blast for fans and newcomers alike. On the run, this young crew must do everything to stop their supervillain parents.
What the hell was that?
These villains, meanwhile, pretend to be upstanding citizens with their fancy Church of Goram. But guess what? The church is secretly linked to a sinister cult-like organization known as the Pride that worships Jonah in exchange for generous donations. Being a member means doing some awful stuff like sacrificing innocent lives. But even members aren't safe. Cross Jonah and you're, of course, eliminated.
There are many difficult decisions ahead of us. If you question my leadership in any way, the consequences shall be severe.
Number 3. Unnamed Cannibalistic Cult, Yellowjackets.
A bunch of my friends died, and the rest of us starved and scavenged and prayed for 19 months, till they finally found us. And that's the end of the story.
If you were stranded in the wilderness, starving, freezing, and with no hope of rescue, what would you do? It's a devastating scenario that no one wants to imagine facing. But for the New Jersey high school girls soccer team in Showtime's hit series, this nightmare became a chilling reality after their plane crashed. Their response? Forming a terrorizing cult led by the Antler Queen, in which they gave in to their dark cravings and baser instincts.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
You tell me, does a hunt that has no violence feed anyone?
We're talking about hunting down their own friends like savages and other unspeakable hunger-satiating acts. Cult practices don't get any uglier than this. It's no surprise that even after they're rescued, the experience leaves them scarred for life. Being in a cult can be bad, but getting out and forgetting the trauma is even tougher.
These people come out of the woodwork every few years on some anniversary or another. You know that. There's no reason to think this is any different.
Number 2. The Guilty Remnant, The Leftovers.
I'm assuming they've been following Megan for some time now. They usually target somebody and then...
What do they want?
That depends who you ask.
In the aftermath of the unexplained departure of loved ones, some of those who are left behind seek reassurance through the most provocative actions. That's the world of The Leftovers. This binge-worthy existential drama is surely not easy to watch, especially with its dive into dark cults. The cult known as the Guilty Remnant intensifies the overall sense of unease and dread throughout the series.
Dad! Go home, now! Now!
These troubled individuals in white are all about making everyone miserable. Initially, they seem like just troublemakers making a point, but quickly evolve into a vicious group. As grim reminders of the departure, this cult stops at nothing to make sure everyone is just as lost and scared as they are.
They say they want to remind people of what happened. What do they want? They want to recruit.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into Settings and switch on your notifications. Number 1. The Neolutians and Proletheans, Orphan Black.
Yes, but Evie had no baseline. And Susan has no balls. So let's talk clones, shall we?
Orphan Black isn't just about clones. It also delves into the scary side of science and cult-like organizations. Through its 5-season run, this dark sci-fi series kept viewers on the edge with its wild ride through a world where science and conspiracy collide. The Neolutions scientific movement and the Proletheans religious group are at the heart of this conspiracy involving illegal clones, and their heroine Sarah must escape the clutches of these dark organizations after witnessing her doppelganger's death. Though the group's ideologies contrast each other, they're undeniably unnerving forces in their own right. The Neolutions believe in evolving humans through cloning, while their opposition, the radical Proletheans, see clones as abominations to be wiped off. Evil clones, murder, gene manipulation, clone worship, these organizations are as bizarre as they are vicious.
You said the Proletheans did something to you. Something about married? What happened?
Which cult portrayed in any movie or TV series gave you sleepless nights? Let us know in the comments.
But then things just went a little awry.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.